It was of a night, late, lang time agone, in an old stain eld. When Adam was delving in his madamine, spinning water silts, when milk mouty naughty man was every bully and the first lal ribber robber that ever had rainway, everybody to his love-saking eyes, and every billy lived alone with every biddy else. And Jarl von Huther and his burned head high up in his lamp house, laying cold hands on himself. And his two little Jiminies, cousins of Owen, Christopher and Hilary, were kick-a-healing their dummy on the oilcloth floor of his Homer High castle and earthen house, and Bedermot, who come to his keep of his inn. Only the niece of his in-law, the prank queen, and the prank queen pulled a rosy one and made her wit for ainst the dower, and she lit up the fireland was ablaze, and spoke she to the dower in her pretty pursuen. Mark the wains. Why do I am a look like the poss of porter peas? And that was how the skirmishes begun. But the dour head worker, her grace in Dutch Nussau, shut, so her grace a malist, kid snapped the Jiminy Christopher into the shanty westerners she rain, and Jarl van Huther warlest, and her with soft doveskull, stop deef, stop, come back to early erin stop, but she sworded to him, and likely hood, and there was brainy whale the Sabbath night to failing angles somewhere in Aereo. And the prank queen went for her 40 years' walk into a Le Monde and washed the dressings of her love spots off the Jimmy with soap Sulliver saddles, and she had her own owl as masters for torch him his tickles, and she cavorted with the ones who were all good, and he became Luderman. So then she started to rain, and Ritom, she was back again at Jarl von Huther's in a brace of Sammers, and the Jimny with her in a pinafron lace a night another time, where she come but the bar of a Bristolry. And Jarl von Huther had his bare, tollow bruised heels down at the cell of Mart, shaking warm hands with himself, and the Jiminy Hilary and the dummy in their first infancy were below on the tear sheet, ringing and coughing like Broder and Histler, and the prank queen nipped the paley one and up again, and red cocks flew blackring from his hill coombs. She made a witter before the wicked, saying, Mark of Tui, why do I am a look like two posts of port and peas, and shut, says the wicked, hand working her majesty. So her majesty aforethought set down Jiminy, and took Jiminy up the lily path ways to woman's land. She rain, and Jarl von Huther bleated at her with a loud finigal, stop, dumb, stop, come back with the earring, stop. But the prank queen sworded, I'm liking it, and where the wild and grinny whale, the lory night of the star shooting somewhere in Aereo, and the prank queen went for a 40 years' walk in the Turlamine, and perchied the curses of Crom Cruel with the nail of the top of Jiminy, and she had a larksicle monitrix, and touch him his tears, and she provoted him to the one all certain, all secure, and became a Tristrian. So then she started raining, and in a pair of changes bedomed her, she was back again at Jarl von Huther's and Larry Hill with her under her ambromet. And why she would halt if all the worn this manus home another nice lace of the third charm. And Jarl von Huther had his hurricane hips up his pantry box, ruminating his whole four stomachs dare, oh dare, and the Jiminy tougher trees and the dummy were beloved on the water cloth, kissing and spitting and rouging and pog-hooing like the naval peltry and knave bride with their second infancy. And the prank queen picked a blank on lit, out on the valleys lay twinkling, and made a wittest in front of the archway of the tri-hump, asking, Mark the tris, why do I look like 3 pos for paws for peas? And that was how the skirmishes ended. For like the Campbells are coming with fork, lance, lightning, Jarl von Huther, Burgeness himself, the old terror of the dames, came hip-hop, handy-hap, out through the pick-a-parade archway of his 3 shutton castles, in his broad ginger hat and his civic chalk luller, and his all-abuff hemmed, his bull bragging socks and gloves, and his ladbroke breeks, and his cattegut bandolier, and his fur-framed panaket cummer boats, and rud yellen grunbleen, Angleman, his violent indignation, the whole length of the strength and the bowman's bill, and he clomped his rude hand in each hitch, and ordered his 6 spich for her shut and doppy-dappy, and the duppy shot the shupper club. Per cod husken bagen, jago krol kring grom grem, hungthen hearth, rum thurla dilly dill faithile bum lookin' a cun. And they all drank free. From one man his arbor was fat match, always any girls undershirts, and that was the first piece of alliterative porthery in the flamed floody flatuous world. Now Kersey the tiller made a sweet unclose of the Narwelian capital. So for shalt thou see, betune ye and be, the prank queen was to hold a dummy ship, the Jimimies was keep peace weave, and von Huther was to get the wind up. Thus the hearsomeness of the burgher felicitates the whole of the polis.